When I first started selling on eBay and Etsy, shipping was one of the biggest hurdles that I had to overcome. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. My name is Margaret, and in today's video, I'm going to be shipping out some of the items that have sold this week. I've got breakables, I've got smalls, I've got paper ephemera, and so I'm going to show you all the different ways that I ship these different items from what has sold just recently. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Margaret. I am a homeschool mom who helps support my family by selling on eBay and Etsy, things that I find from thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, and places like that. And if you are wanting to find out when I put out new videos or catch me when I go live, make sure that you go down there and hit the bell next to the subscribe button so that you're notified when I put out new videos. So when I first started selling on eBay and Etsy a number of years ago, shipping was the biggest hurdle that I had to overcome. Luckily, there are a lot of videos out there helping out with different ways to ship and different places to find shipping materials. But I've got a few different items that sold just within the last day or two that I'm going to show you how I ship all these different items out. I wanted to do this because there are a wide variety of things that have sold, and I thought it would be a nice way for me to show you many different ways to ship. So let's start off with the few things that I'm shipping out. So one of them is this little ceramic shot glass. It is breakable, so I'm going to have to make sure I take that into account. Another thing that sold this week was this helicopter tie tack, so that will be fairly easy. Another thing that sold was this big mamma jamma that I got at a garage sale. And the important part of this that I'm going to really have to take care with when I am shipping is this lid that opens and closes and hits onto that ceramic lip because I don't want that to chip in shipping. The next thing that sold were these coasters, these little paper coasters that said Save the Olive. It seems like it would be pretty easy to ship, but we also want to make sure that they don't get bent or torn in shipping. So that's something that I have to keep in mind when I am packaging those. I also sold this mug, and I like selling mugs a lot. So, that's one of the questions I get most often is how do you ship your mugs? And I do have a video dedicated entirely to shipping mugs, but I'm going to show you with this cute little fella how I ship mugs. Two more things. Another thing that sold this week were these stamps, and they seem like a small package, but they're quite heavy because they are these, what do you think they are? Steel? Iron? They're very heavy. These stamps, okay? And they are heavy. All right, so those two. And then a frame. So this mica frame also sold, and it does have a glass front, so I've got to make sure that I package it so that the glass doesn't break, nor does the mica frame break when it goes out. Now, I also like to make sure that my packaging is a little bit appealing to open because you want them to have a nice feeling, so I definitely don't use newspaper or trash or garbage bags or grocery bags to ship. I make sure that I've got clean shipping supplies that look professional-ish. And then I also have a card that has my business information and a coupon code on it that I like to send out as well. So I'm going to turn the camera down so that you can see each of these items as I'm shipping them or how I package them. And then we'll come back at the end and we'll give any tips or tricks. And if you have any shipping tips that you want to share, make sure you check the comments down below. Leave a comment, but as I was saying, check the comments down below because frequently everyone leaves really good comments and things that I maybe didn't think of that you could use when you are shipping as well. All right, let's dive in. So the first item that we're shipping is this little shot glass. I have my eBay box. This is a 6x4x4. This is one that I get with my shipping coupon through eBay, but you can order these on Amazon or Uline as well, this size. I use this size for many things. Now, I don't think this little guy is going to need more than just one square of bubble wrap. And then I've got some tissue paper and my thank you card that goes in, okay? Because this item sold on eBay, I'm going to use my eBay tape. When I have Etsy sales, I try to remember to use my clear tape, even though most of my boxes are eBay branded. That's what I tend to use anyway. All right, so let's construct this box and get this bad boy shipped out. So I just use one piece of tape along the bottom for something that's light, first class like this. I know some people say you need to tape the sides. If it's a heavier item, I'll do that, but this is the way I've been doing it for a long time, so that's what I'm doing. So then what I do is I take a piece of tissue paper, whatever I've got handy, get one piece, and I just make a little nest inside. So I've got the hole where I'm going to put my item, and then it's all spread out. Next, I'll wrap my little guy up, wrap him over like so. I'll roll a little bit. I'm going to wrap his little nose is what I really want to cover. So now I've got that covering up his nose. And then roll it up like that. I could put a sticker on it, but I don't always. I don't have them handy. And then I just set him right down inside. And I fold the paper over top. That, just make it a little parcel, and then I place my thank you card. I just curve it right over top like that here, and that is, well, it doesn't want to stay put, so there's this. Close that up, and there you go. Now, before I print my label off, I'll usually put the initials of the person, but I don't have my computer open. So I'm going to put shot glass so that I know. Now, I don't mind writing it because the label's going to cover it. Okay? And you might ask yourself, why am I not using a tape gun? I think there are two types of people in this world. Those that can use tape guns and those who tape guns are trying to silently drive insane. And I fall into the tape gun trying to make me crazy. So I don't like tape guns. So there's that. All right, first item ready to go. The next item I'm sending out here are the Save the Olive coasters. I have these velvet bags that I use for jewelry, but sometimes I'll use them for things like this as well. So I'm going to slide it right into there. I won't draw the string closed though. So it fits right nice inside, and then it's going in my padded mailer. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? So with these, when it goes in the padded mailer, my thank you note, I wrap it around like this and slide it in with it like that. There we go. It's nicely put in there, and this padded mailer is going to keep it firm. And then I'll peel that off, close that up, and then I'll write on their coaster. Again, normally I'll just put the initials of the buyer, but I don't have my computer open right now. So next up, let's move my trash. I've got these two, the stamps. They're heavy. So then I think I can still use my 6x4x4. If not, I've got an 8x6x4 handy, but I'm almost positive they'll fit in this one. It's gonna have to wait. It's going in the other one. This is the 8x6x4. Now, what do I notice? There's a lot of void, so that's not going to work the way I do it with the 6x4x4 box. So I'm going to get some craft paper to pad the bottom. So what I do is with the big sheets of craft paper, I'll tear them in half. And use that to pad the bottom down there. Now I'll put this in, slide these in like so. I tore it into a fourth, so I'm going to come around here and pad in that corner to kind of give that some cushion. I'm going to come pad over here with another quarter piece like that. Let's see. I might need to do another one in this area just to give a little more padding. Like that. Close this up. And try to fold it, make it look a little bit nicer. I don't spend too much time making it look super fancy. Just fold it over a little bit. Place this on top, and then I'll probably get one more half sheet to cover that with at the top. Like this. There we go. Now these, because they're bulkier, I think I will go ahead and tape the edges. Because they're a little bit heavier, they might bang up against the sides of the box. Ooh, we ran out. Time to grab a new roll. Alright, there we go. Another thing I get questions about frequently is, do I put a packing slip inside? And I don't. I put a packing slip in if the customer requests it. So I've probably only done 3 in the entire time I've been selling for, what, 5 or 6 years. So, and I've never had a problem. I know people say, well, what if the package gets damaged and the label's destroyed and they don't know who to send it to? Like I said, I've had that happen. I can't even think, almost never. So it's not something I ever really worry about. All right, so there's that. Next up, let's do this cute little mug. Now for this one, I will use a 6x4x4 box. My mug, I need my, let's see, I know I had one here. Padded flat rate. Let me grab another one, hang on. A padded flat rate mailer. Looks like this. Bubbled padded flat rate. And so here is what we do. Get my bubble. Usually for a mug, I will use 2 squares, depending on the size of the mug. This is a small one. And I make sure I get the handle. I don't take too much time shoving a bunch inside. I'll just kind of cover the edge, make sure the edge is done. And then I roll, wrap. That's pretty much it for that. Then there's my box. I make my nest. Okay, right inside. I slide this right in. Cover it like so. Sometimes, like, if my box doesn't close all the way, I'll have it like this and I'll tape it across like so. It's okay if it doesn't shut all the way when I'm shipping a mug like this, because the whole box is going into the padded flat rate. But I try to get it going like this. And it's okay, I'm not trying to make it too tight. It's okay if it's a little bit bowed up on the top, because this whole thing is going inside this. Okay, so then this box will fit right inside, and this is how I always ship my mugs. And most priority 6x4x4s, I'll do this because it's cheaper, and I've never had a problem with the post office. I get that question a lot. Does the post office care that your envelope is now not flat? And no, it's if it fits, it ships. That's the rule. And then I fold the sticker part down and over. Let me go make sure I know which one this sold on. And then what I do, and I know not everybody does this way, but then I will tape down these flaps just to make sure they don't get caught on something. So just take the tape and go all the way around. I think I forgot to put my thank you card in here. Oh well. Okay, so there's this. Nice and secure. I'm going to put mug on it, or even an M, so I'll remember that's the mug. However, I'll know because it's the only one that I have packaged like this. Next up is this tie bar. I might have some smaller ones of these, but I don't know. There were no more in my drawer, so I might have to go dig in my storage closet to see. So I take it, I fold this over, wrap this around, and then I slide it right in like that. Now, if my tie bar or any piece of jewelry has a stone or something that might get jostled loose, then I'll ship it in a box. Otherwise, it goes like this. So this is TB for tie bar. That one's done. And then we've got our frame. So for the frame, I've got 3 pieces of bubble wrap. I might get some more. I'm thinking about it. Let's see how I feel. Rolling it over. I think I'm gonna go get a little more bubble wrap. All right, so I've got 2 options here. I've got this priority mailing box. That's when I create it, it makes a rectangular shape like so. Can't hold it up too much like that. But it's a little bit bigger. So what I'm gonna try to do, and then it forces me to ship it priority. I'm gonna try and see if we can Frankenbox it to get it under, to make it first class. Because my buyer paid $6 shipping. If I do it in the priority box, it's probably gonna cost about $8 or so. So we're gonna try it this way and see how it pans out. If not, I'm gonna ship it the other way. And this is totally normal for me. Sometimes I try it a couple ways if I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do that. Okay, so Frankenboxing. I've got one of these. Now I'm gonna take the second box. I could cut down the flaps, but I'm not going to because I don't want to spend the time. And then, oops, I am going to be putting these ones inside. So the one that's sliding on, the box that's already constructed, I'm putting the flaps inside the other box. Okay, so it ends up looking like this. And then I'll tape these down on the outside. Okay, so now I've got a much taller box. And I'm gonna take my piece and I'm gonna bubble wrap it a little bit more, but I'm gonna go the other way. Okay, so now I'm going this direction. Hang on, I've got the bubble wrap upside down. There. All right. I'm packaging it, like I'm not making the bubble wrap extra tight. It's tight-ish. There's a little room for wiggle, not a ton. I know some people say like, you need to have it tight, super tight. But if you have it too tight, it can cause problems. Okay, so now I need to fill the void. Over here. The bottom. Let's see, will it even fit? How do I feel about that? So here's what I'm thinking. I've got it in there sideways, but look, it's so tight. If it got hit on the sides like that, that's gonna cause a break. So we're just gonna have to suck it up and ship it in the other box. C'est la vie. Camera's really close. There it is. Okay. Now I'm gonna get a little bit of the paper to fill the void around the edges. I've got it on that side. Got it over there. Now I've got it over there. It's not going to move. Put a piece on top. Let me get my thank you card to slide in. There's my thank you card. Come on now. There we go. Okay. So, frame. And lastly, we have our Stein. So I am using the Priority Mail shoebox. that pops open. These are the dimensions here. So it's a long box like this. Okay. So I'm sealing up the end. All right, so I have sealed up the edge and on the edges and along the bottom seam. Then on my Stein, I want to make sure that I don't get this part chipped in shipping. So I'm going to take a square of my bubble wrap. I'm going to kind of place it in a little bit like that, not all the way in. Close this up and then just wrap the lid because it sticks the excess in there. Okay, the next point of problem is this area. I want to make sure that gets wrapped. So I take another square and I'm going to wrap through here. Like so. To give that some buffer. And now we're going to wrap the big part. All right, so we got wrap. I do have big bubble wrap. I get that comment a lot too. Like people swear by their big bubble, small bubble. I use both, just whatever. Okay, so I've got it like so, but I want to get the other direction as well. There's the break. There's the break. So now I'm gonna wrap the bottom part and the top part. I've got another piece that I'm gonna do. Let me do it this way. Wrap it around like that. Okay, so again, I could tape it. I don't always, but I think we're ready to go. So I need void fill for my big box. I'm taking a full sheet of tissue paper at the bottom. Full sheet. Then I'm sliding the Stein in. Putting it bottom first, but I don't think it really matters because who knows with the shipping process. Next, I'll show you inside. So it's like this. So I'm going to get some tissue kind of in the corners, in the edges. So I'm trying to get in these areas. It's about a half a sheet or a quarter sheet or so. Just to give it a little padding in those areas. Where there could be some movement. Kind of like that. Get my card in on top. Then I'll put another layer of paper on top. Okay, and then that's the Stein. So the next thing I do is I weigh them. And this is a Weight Watcher scale, super fancy. It's the one I've used forever. So this one says 2 pounds, 7 ounces. This one is 10 ounces. So technically this one could go first class because it's so light, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep it because I usually charge for the $8 for the priority. For the bubble mailer, just for the extra security in the package. So I actually had another sale come through whenever I was boxing things up and getting my labels printed. So I've got all of my things packaged up, got the labels on all of them. And now what I do is I schedule a pickup through the United States Postal Service because I don't live close to the post office anymore. So I schedule with them to come pick up all my packages from my front porch. Let me know what you thought. Do you ship out things a little bit differently? Do you use a different service? Do you use FedEx or other shipping services? Let me know what you use and how you do this in the comments down below. And also let me know if you found this video helpful because I would be happy to make more videos like this sharing the way I ship out the items that I sell as they sell. Leave me a comment, like I said, and I will talk to you on the next one. Bye, everybody.